Matt, good to see you. Today, we are sharing 5 quick tips for young investors. It is so hard to picture our lives 40 or 50 years into the future. There are many reasons young adults put off saving for retirement. But what should step number one be for any young adult who's now graduated, working, and financially independent?
Aaron, step number one should be establish an emergency fund. Whether you're living at home or whether you have your own place, you need reserves. You need to know that if something happened and you lost your job tomorrow, you have enough money to make it at least 3 months. Often we recommend 6 months. It just depends on your situation. But get a fund going, have some cash set aside.
That cushion is so important. And second, most important, invest, right? Just start. And that's because of the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest. Explain this, Matt.
Yes, Aaron. So this is just a single investment of $10 where we get a rate of return of 7% over 30 years. That $10 becomes $80. And this is without any other ongoing contributions. The power of compound interest. It's just amazing. I have a young 11-year-old son. We do the math on him and the money we're putting away for him. Boy, I wish I had someone, like me, telling me to do that when I was, 5 years old. So it's going to be great. And you got to do it.
Yes, start early, start young. Good advice. So clearly that is very important. Also, consider putting money in tax advantage tools like 401ks when you're starting out, but also consider Roth accounts specifically. Explain why.
Because the Roth bucket is money that you pay tax on the day. So in other words, if you put 500 in your Roth and you're at a 20% tax bracket, that shows on your paycheck. You lost that money in tax, but the money that goes in the Roth will never be taxed again for the rest of your life.
And also, you wanted to bring up the point that we're probably making as little as we're ever going to make when we first start out.
That is so true. As we get older and our job skill set improves, and with inflation, we're definitely going to be making more money later in life. So now is the time to start putting money away, for sure.
And so now let's walk through those quick 5 tips. And the first one, you say, track your budget.
Yes, you'd be surprised how many people don't have a budget. There's so many things, so many little things at nickel and diamonds these days. We want to break out. We want to know what our expenses are, break down what your fixed expenses, and then we want to break down the things that we can change, like Netflix. But track your budget, know what you have coming in, know what you have coming out, and then from there we're going to set up separate accounts. And I know we're going to get into that, but for different things and needs that we have coming in the future.
Yes, and set aside money for big expenses.
Exactly right. Yeah, if you're young and you don't have a house yet, you probably want one. Get a house account, get a new car account, whatever it is. And this is an addition into your reserves. And then down the road, ideally you could pay cash, but if you can't pay cash, at least you're putting a large down payment down. That's going to make a big difference in the future.
And because it's so important, we're going to mention it again. Open a Roth account. Have you had this conversation with your son yet, Matt?
I tried to explain it to him. He's 11. We talk about it. He talks about investing. He's always asking me for side jobs so he can put money away. We did buy some stock for him. He does have some accounts, but
good.
He can't do a Roth yet because you have to have W-2 income, but he does have a non-qualified account. So we want to get the Roth going. But yes, as soon as he's can work in our state legally and get W-2 income, that is what we're doing. We're going to open the Roth account.
I just wish I'd known that one when I was 20, Matt, for real. Next, open a 401k.
Yes. So if your employer has a 401k, you want to get one going. If he doesn't, see our other video on why he should. You do want to max out or get your 401k going, especially when your employer is giving you free money. So get the match, get the free money, but your money, as much as possible, put into that Roth bucket in your 401k.
And of course, last, but maybe more important, focus on the long term.
Yeah, it's easy to get short-sighted, especially when you listen to the news all day. There's doom and gloom, whatever. The economy's going down, et cetera, et cetera. And it's easy when when there's a lot of negativity, we tend to close in. But look past that. We're going to be here. You're going to be here. You're going to have a good long life. Plan for tomorrow today. That's what we want to do.
Well said. Well, Matt, if somebody wants to create a time machine so that we can watch this when we were in our 20s, or if they just want to share it with somebody or ask you any questions, what's the best way to reach you?
The best way is by phone, 425-256-3105, or email mberkland@choosevault.com.
All right. Matt, thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.